You can have my company if you beat me with that junk." Victor Hayes's voice sliced through the parking lot loud enough for everyone to hear. An elderly black janitor named Earl Washington stood there, calm as ever, keys dangling from his worn work pants, next to his dusty '65 Impala SS that looked like it had seen decades of Michigan winters. Phones came out. Whispers spread like wildfire. Why would the CEO challenge the old man? And why did Earl accept so easily? Moments later, something none of them saw coming started to unfold. Before we go any further, we'd love for you to hit that follow button. Your support means everything and helps us share more stories like this. Now, let's dive in. Victor Hayes loved control. He loved how people parted like the Red Sea when his red Corvette Stingray growled into the executive lot every morning. But that afternoon, everything changed. His reserved spot was taken by that old Impala, faded black paint, wide white walls, looking like it belonged in a museum, not next to a supercar. He froze mid-step. His investors froze with him. One muttered, "Who parked that boat here?" Victor's jaw clenched. Heat shimmered off the asphalt, mixing with the faint smell of old oil and warm metal from the Impala. Employees lingered nearby, murmuring like they always do when routine breaks. Earl Washington, the quiet janitor who'd worked the night shift for over 30 years, walked up slow and steady, wiping his hands on a rag. He didn't glance at the crowd, just adjusted his glasses, checked the side mirror, and unlocked the door. Victor stepped forward. "You parked here." Earl looked up, blinked once, then nodded. All the other spots were full. Victor laughed, sharp, not kind. "You thought parking that relic next to my vet was a good idea." His guests exchanged glances. A phone camera clicked on. Someone whispered, "This is gonna be good." Earl didn't bite. He just settled his glasses and checked the mirrors like it was any other day. That calm made Victor madder. He stepped closer, voice low and edged. "You know who owns this place?" "Doesn't change where the open space was," Earl said, tone even, almost polite. More employees drifted over, forming a loose circle. A few smirked. One guy muttered, "Old man's about to get smoked." Victor soaked up the attention. He pointed at both cars. "Tell you what, since you're bold enough to park next to me, let's make it interesting." He leaned in with a smug grin. "Race me. If that antique beats me, you can have my company." A shockwave rolled through the crowd. Someone gasped. Another whispered, "He's serious." Earl blinked slowly, letting the words sink in. "You want to race over a parking spot?" "No," said Victor. "I want to show these folks what real power looks like." He patted the Corvette's hood, loving the flash of phone cameras. "Your call." Earl glanced at the Impala. His fingers tapped the fender lightly, a small, thoughtful habit. Then he met Victor's eyes. "You're sure?" The crowd leaned in. A warm Detroit breeze carried the scent of rubber and exhaust. Victor nodded, grinning wide. "Absolutely." Earl gave one small shrug. "All right." Murmurs exploded. Phones angled higher. The air thickened, the kind of quiet before a story people retell years later. And just like that, the race no one expected began with a single nod from a man who never raised his voice. The story spread through the building faster than Victor expected. By the time they lined up at the far end of the long employee lot, a crowd trailed behind, whispering like they were chasing history. Victor strutted around his Corvette, revving the 427. "This thing does 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, he bragged to his investors. "Pure American muscle." Earl opened the Impala's hood slow, checked a hose, tightened a clamp. No rush, no nerves. Breathing steady like he'd done it every Saturday for decades. Victor climbed in, revved hard. The Corvette's roar shook the ground. People flinched. Earl just closed the hood, slid behind the wheel, adjusted the seat, and tapped the dash once, a tiny ritual no one understood. A supervisor stepped up. On my signal. The Corvette thundered. The Impala's engine gave a deep, even rumble. 3, 2, 1, go! Victor launched hard, tires screaming, the Corvette surging like it owned the world. The crowd cheered as he pulled ahead fast. Earl rolled off the line smooth. No drama, just steady power. A few people laughed. He's not even trying. But Earl looked focused, and that quiet focus made some stop laughing. Halfway down the straight, the Corvette's sound changed. A sharp sputter, then coughs. Warning lights blinked. The engine shook, then quit cold. Victor muttered under his breath, tapping the wheel. Sweat beaded on his forehead. Silence fell. Then the deep, steady hum of the Impala grew closer. Not fast, not flashy, just reliable. People running alongside slowed, confused. Is the vet broken? No way! Earl eased up beside the stalled Corvette, leaned out the window, voice low and even. Need a lift? Victor's face went pale. You can't be serious. Earl reached over, unlocked the passenger door, a soft click that echoed louder than the crowd. The race ain't over. You want to finish or not? The crowd caught up, eyes wide. Someone gasped. He really broke down. Victor hesitated. Phones pointed straight at him. Investors stared, stunned. Every second he stood there, the weight grew heavier. He swallowed, climbed in without a word, sinking into the worn bench seat. The Impala rolled forward, slow, steady, the pace no one respected minutes ago. Bystanders parted. The arrogant CEO rode shotgun in the old car he'd just mocked. People filmed, whispering, "This is unreal." The Impala crossed the finish line with no fanfare, just a gentle rumble. When it stopped, all eyes went to the passenger side. Victor stepped out, shirt stuck to his back, face pale. Phones zoomed in. Someone whispered, he lost his own challenge. Earl got out slow, stretched, rubbed his knee like it was just another shift. No smile, no gloat. He let the moment sit. Victor cleared his throat. Listen, everyone, this wasn't... A young employee cut in, calm but firm. You said he could have the company if he won. Others nodded. We all heard it. The investors closed in. One said quietly, Victor, this looks bad. The board chairwoman arrived, arms crossed. We can't ignore this. Earl stepped forward at last, wiped his hands on his rag, looked Victor in the eye. I didn't race for your company. I raced because you asked. A murmur rippled. Someone whispered, he's letting him off. Earl continued, steady. I'm not here to take anything. Not your job, not your money. I just finished what you started. Victor blinked, tension easing a fraction, but the humiliation stayed. The board spoke sharp. Your actions today reflect on all of us. Earl took one small step back, giving space for truth to land. No speech, no pose, just quiet presence. The board met with Victor privately soon after, but the crowd already knew. Suspension, review, fallout. Employees drifted back inside, replaying the moment the old Impala carried the boss across the line. Some shook their heads, others smiled quietly. Earl didn't linger. He walked back to his car, checked the door, brushed the seat, eased in like the day was done. A few workers approached. One said, You kept your cool, Mr. Washington. Respect. Earl nodded once. Didn't need more than that. As he drove away, the Impala's V8 hummed steady through the warm air. Behind him, the company buzzed with change. Ahead, the road stayed open, quiet. People online replayed the clip for days, not for the race, not for the breakdown, for the moment the CEO sat in the passenger seat of the man he mocked. The lesson hit harder than any engine roar.
Consistency beats pride, respect outlasts power, and the quietest man in the room can end up steering the whole story. If this moment hit you, don't scroll off. There are more stories where arrogance falls and character wins. Follow now and catch the next chapter as soon as it drops.